Hello everybody and welcome to the Cone Racing League. We are here today for Tier 2 Round 8 at Abu Dhabi. Once again joined by Jack.
Hello.
Been a few weeks since we've commentated together, hasn't it? But
Yes, it has.
we're back, full grid, although a whole whopping 5 reserves on this grid. One of which is the current number 3 of Marky, first time him racing in CRL. So it'd be interesting to see how he does compared to the others. Who were the other reserves?
We have Pangri, we have D-Morts, Kula Kicker, Westy. I think that's the 5.
Yeah, it sounds about right actually. Westy himself just exiting his garage shortly, although I think Dylan's going to beat him to it, so I'll hop on board with Dylan. Oh, actually, I missed it. Both the Hasses have gone out on track already. The lead one being Kryko, but we'll hop on board with Marky, see what the driver's got underneath him. Doing himself a bit of tyre warming on his outlap. Of course, everybody, as always, I was going to say everybody as always going to be on the mediums. So Marky nearly spins and Dylan is also on the, sorry, on the mediums, everyone else on the softs. So get himself a bank lap in, saving a tyre. How much do track limits affect on this circuit?
I would say I've seen a lot of drivers like going wide and not really getting any warning. So I'll say it's a little bit more lenient than other tracks, but still don't want to go too wide, otherwise we'll get a warning, obviously. But as Kriko is about to do his lap, I will run you through the Tier 2 standings. Strange currently leading the way with 134 points ahead of Hopsy. Taupe as well in technically tied second because they are tied on points. Legend doing well for himself in 4th. Tango 5th. Scream, who has unfortunately left Cone Racing League, would be in 6th. 7th is Kryko, or Kriko, still don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Kryko is what I've gone for.
8th is AJ Wuhan. 9th is Waitsy. 10th is Delano even, sorry. And then the bottom 10 are Victor in 11th, Nelu Safu in 12th, Steiny in 13th, T-Worth in 14th, Farrell in 15th, Ids in 16th, Nolsey, who has a race ban today, in 17th, Jet in 18th, Calcoen in 19th, and George Hargreaves. Still a new driver, technically, well, new to Tier 2 grids. Anyway.
Yeah, but
in 20th.
there's something important to mention. Scream has stepped down from his full-time seat, no longer part of CRL, and Carl, the current man in P4, has replaced him for that job. Now, I'm not sure how many races Carl has done so far this season. I don't think he raced last week, but I've definitely seen him on track before. As Kryko coming into the pits after his first lap, as is I think his teammate, yeah, who invalidated. First lap then goes to the Dutchman of Ids, 22.8, Waitsy 42 thousandths shy, though his Legend goes fastest, and Taupe goes faster still, 22.5, keep one up in each other. The man on the mediums next, Dylan, 23.1, actually pretty close all things considered on the tyre. AJ Wuhan sets a little bit of a slow one. Greaves going P5, will hop on board with our championship leader Strange then. He's navigating the last sector, the Abu Dhabi track, made very famous by the Hamilton-Verstappen battle, that last lap controversy. But let's hope we can avoid that level of controversy this time out, as I think that was D-Morts putting it 5th fastest, as Nelu Safu up to the front in that Williams. Strange not able to match that at all. 23.1 from him, as Carl, the man The new full-time seat, he goes provisionally fastest. 22.2. They keep on climbing and climbing. I wonder now if we'll see a 21 at some point, or if Carl has just pulled an absolute monster of a lap that he's not going to manage again.
Very quick lap from Carl there, of course. Bit of time there. It's a very good banker. But anyone else on a lap?
Yeah, I'm on board with Tank at the moment, although nearly running a little deep there. Bit of traffic to watch out for, does stay well out of the way. So what can Tango do? We've seen his speed in the past, current P5 in the championship, a little way off, 22.7 P5, not bad for a first lap. They will definitely want to improve that across the course of the session. Then on to Hobbsy.
Yep, Hobbsy coming across the line. Only 13th. For the man in second in the championship.
Yeah.
Not that quick of a time, maybe he made a mistake, but I'm not too sure. As Farrell goes up to...
So, we're hoping to be a little bit quicker. Who's this? Waitsy just starting a lap. We will follow him around, see what he can do. I think this circuit, not the trickiest circuit, but definitely not the easiest on the calendar. A few places you got to watch out for. And actually, plenty of decent overtaking opportunities. I'd say you've got at least 3, maybe even 4 very solid chances with a nice send up the inside. These 2 long DRS straights.
You don't want to do what Harry Palmer did in Tier 4.
Gone, enlighten me.
Side swipe Baza basically, but we won't talk about that as Waitsy is coming up to the long left-hander of turn 9. Very quick if you get it right, up to turn 10, 11, now 12 under the Yas Marina Hotel.
Yeah, imagine the sounds from that hotel. I mean, the echoes from under the tunnel from those engines. I know the V6s, I've heard them in person, they are not the loudest engines in the world, but they still make a mighty fine noise. Made louder still by the tunnel. Waitsy at 23.0, currently P9. Again, someone who would want to improve that. Ooh, is the stream crashed? It's implying my internet is not good enough to run high definition, which is not something I've seen before. Don't know, I think it's gone away now. Please do give me a shout if there is any down. If the quality is not up to scratch.
Go and check for you.
Well,
if
I had
it
a look
is still
myself.
running.
It looked all good.
Okay.
So there we go. Calco in 23.2, bit of a slow one, but a banker nonetheless. So Marky now. Let's see what this driver can do. As we mentioned earlier, first time seeing him out in CRL. We've got no idea where his pace is going to be. Round in the last couple of corners, 22.9 P9 for the moment, right in amongst the middle of the pack. So I see him as well suited for this tip. I can work
very
out.
good time from obviously the new boy on the Tier 4 grid, but yeah, very respectable nonetheless.
Ooh, and what is this? That was... I don't know if that was a little bit of slipstream being given, or if that was some dodgy track limits. Is that Taupe in the wall? I think it is. Shu goes wide, possibly from the distraction. Yeah, that is Taupe into the wall. Narrowly avoiding that is Shu, but Taupe knocks himself out of this qualifying session. P3 in the championship, but not going to be P3 when all is said and done at the end of this session. Currently holds it. Unlikely to stick. A shame for him. Then there were 19.
Yeah, very unlucky from Taupe there, as I don't think many people are on that, but Delano, I think he's improving a little bit. Up to line goes 5th.
Yeah. Yeah, Kryko currently setting his first lap, still in the middle sector. Pan yet to leave the pit lane. I don't think that's a quali ban being served. I'm always bad at remembering to check beforehand. Nope. There is one person in Tier 2 who is down for quali ban, and I've not seen them race a single time. So it must be one of the reserves. Here we go, Kryko here, showing a purple sector. Now, I know that's not to be believed from Codemasters, but that still means he's done at least decently fast. Comes through this section that always makes me think of Kimi saying, "Leave me alone, I know what to do." Here we go, past the wall where Taupe crashed. Actually, his tyre just there in the middle of the road from this camera. Luckily not caused any problems for Kryko, but I think more famous than Taupe crashing out there was Kryko to the top of the order. Was where Latifi had his crash into the wall there. Taupe doing his best Latifi impression. There's Pan still in the pit lane.
Must be copying his 0 Latifi, but still very unlucky from Taupe nonetheless. Even if he is doing his best Latifi impression, as Westy's improved to 8.
Yeah. Delano into the pits, then I think Strange put himself up into P10. Our championship leader wasn't very confident he was strong around this track. It's Legend coming around the last couple of bends. What can he do? He was going to improve, he's up to P6. And that is good news for him, ahead of everyone who's ahead of him in the championship. Actually, well, I guess technically not ahead of Taupe. But with 6 minutes left on the clock, it seems likely that that will change. So next man is Hobbsy. Hobbsy 6.5 tenths green. Now he does have the slowest time. I'm sure there would have been a mistake somewhere up to P10 for him. Ferrari 1011 for the moment. Then Farrell. Yeah. Yep. That's fairly respectable. Didn't have the best first couple of sectors, but brought it back a little bit at the end. Cool is on.
I've just noticed there is a George Hargreaves in 4th.
That is true. Is he's a reserve, isn't he? He is full time. Oh, he's just got no points yet. Yeah, no, I remember. Oh, you mentioned something about him earlier, and I'm completely blanking on what that was.
Yeah, 0 points at the moment. Currently last on championship. Hopefully he can get some points today. AlphaTauri also last in the World Constructor standings as well, which is very sad to see.
Yeah, so Pan finally out on track. Not leaving much margin for error. Now, come the end of the race, my question is how many donuts are we going to see on the last lap? Abu Dhabi, famous for it, although inside the points not many drivers going to want to do that. So unless we have any kind of people lagging behind a significant amount, doesn't seem too likely. Carl Cohen, Red Bull staying well out the way. That tyre is that? Can you see that tyre? Where a Taupe crashed? Yeah, it is still there. Soft tyre, but just the outside rubber, not the inside bit. Here we go. Carl Cohen up into P8 for him. Who else have we got out on a lap? Hobbsy, I think, is on an in lap. Pan obviously just starting his lap.
I think Pan's the only one at the moment who is on the lap.
Yeah, ooh. And that is a snap and a half. Curb really fighting him and invalidating the lap. Interestingly, most drivers have set their lap on 1 lap on softs. Cool has set it on 3 lap on softs. Somehow Kryko has managed to set his lap on 0 lap on softs, which is very impressive given that's not actually possible. So maybe we found the secret to his fast time is just having tyres that somehow haven't even done an outlap.
That's interesting, but just Cody's being Cody's, I guess. But yeah. To be fair to Pan, I only needed 1 lap Even though I did try to set my first one, but unfortunately invalidated. It took me 1 lap to set pole, but just a flex, really. But anyway, Pan trying to do Sebastian Vettel-esque performance. He only set 1 time, and he's coming into the pits. So will that be Pan's only time? Because I don't think he'll have time to get back in and.
Nah, he should just about. It'd be a push, but there's 2.5 minutes left on the clock. So immediately leaving the pits will leave enough time.
Yeah, maybe he might have enough time, but I don't know who is going to be the first one to set a time.
We'll wait and see.
Alpine of, I think it might be Jacob or AJ Wuhan.
No, it's the McLaren of Waitsy.
Oh, it's Waitsy.
Man currently down in P17, just under 7.5 tenths down from Kryko. Waitsy, we've seen a few strong results from him. P9 in the championship, no wins as of yet. After the first 7 rounds, 6 different winners. The only double winner is our championship leader of Strange, the man who did not seem confident around this track at all. Sitting in P13. Although his nearest championship rivals are P11, and then Tope, who's managed to crash into the ball and take himself out of the session. So maybe damage limitation is going to sort itself out. I'll see actually if Tope has said anything about his crash. Nope. Other people have mentioned he did a good impression of Latifi, but
Waitsy's only 800s up.
Yeah, but he's got time for another lap if people don't block him, and oh my goodness, that was close.
That was a bit close.
I don't know who that one was, but
that was a Williams. I think it was of Nelly Safu.
Whichever one it was, should have done a better job staying out of the way. I suspect the stewards will be having a look at that one back. Let's see how much it affected Waitsy. P15, he's got time for 1 more lap. Doesn't really have the ERS and the fuel for it though. Will certainly give it his best shot regardless. So who are we got next to the line? Is that the Aston Martin? Farrell? No, Farrell's made a mistake somewhere.
Jacob, third.
Yeah, P3 for the Alpine, AJ Wuhan. Farrell, yeah, he's done. There's nearly spinning into the pits. Dylan, then Delano, however you say his name. No, 2,000 slower than before. McLaren, Cal Cohen not improving. The AlphaTauri of IDS does slightly improve. The 2 Mercedes Tango P3. Pan must have invalidated. That man has not even set a time. So Demorts then slight improvement, but only enough for P18 as the Haas of Markey. At the moment, first time zero driver sitting P10. I'm posting track of
Carl.
There's that was Westy putting himself P7. A Ferrari pulling into the pits. That'll be cool. Hobbs, he's got a little bit of time. He's P15. This man P2 in the championship, up to P12, but not really what he was looking for. Right, is Strange got to the line yet? Is Greaves to the top? 22-0. So, Mr. Championship leader, what can you do? P7. Not bad, not great. As Nelu, I think, going the 2nd fastest. Legend going 5th fastest. Who else do we have left? Dylan is done. I think AJ Wuhan, yep, he's done as well. Just staying out the way of other drivers, though not needed as everyone else has already finished. He's now waiting for cars that have been driven by AI. So we're mighty respectful of you, good sir, but not particularly needed. But all in all, we do not see a 121 on the board come the end of the session.
Carl made a little bit of an error coming out the final corner, just put too much throttle in early and did a half spin. Managed to catch it but didn't improve. Lost out by about, I think it was like half a tenth. I think he was up in the end, or down in the end I should say.
Yeah, but there we go, the end to the session. Greaves once again on pole. So run down then of the order. Greaves, who had it by over 1/10 of a second over Nelu Safu, joining him on the first row. Then second row, Kryko and Carl, the new full-time driver. Legend and Tango taking up our third row. We've got AJ Wuhan alongside our championship leader of Strange in the fourth. Westy and Farrell finishing out the top 10. Then Tope and Markey. First time CRL driver is P12. Hobbsy, Calcoin 13-14. Then Delano. It's Cool, Waitsy, Demorts and Pan validating on his one lap. Topes, of course, we saw with his crash. There we go, Greaves celebrating in the chat. Best of luck to you with the race ahead.
But yeah, the whole grid separated by 0.8. Very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, crazy. So waiting drivers choosing their setups, choosing their strategies. Well, not choosing, yeah, choosing their strategies, not the setups. As the NPCs go wild at the racing that is not yet occurring on the track.
I
have always wondered. I don't know if you've been to an F1 race yourself. Like 60% of everyone is wearing at least some form of F1 merch. Be that just, you know, a hat. Obviously, there's the one I went to, because I went to the Belgian one. There was plenty of Verstappen merch on show.
mean,
the F1 game doesn't show any.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very weird as we have 5 red lights.
Yeah, but here we go, the 5 lights, and they are out. We have no idea what tyres anybody are on. Here we go, mediums and hards split. The front 5 drivers all starting on the mediums. Greaves has it into turn 1, a little bit side by side going on between Legend and Tango for P5. Tango winning that one in the end. On the hard tyres, interestingly, coming out on top. Legend now challenged by AJ Wuhan from behind. We have had a spinner. Calcoin and Markey already out of the race. That is such a shame for him. Didn't see if that was...
Yep.
Didn't catch that instant. It looks like a retirement. This car's still moving. Not entirely sure on that one.
Yeah, that might have to go to stewards. That looks like an on-track retirement. Meanwhile, Hargreaves still leads the way. Calcoin had a spin at the back as well. He's down to 19th.
Yeah, Westy Legend having a brief scrap there, though nothing coming of it in the end. Up the road, though. On the tail, Tango having a little look at Carl, not getting the move done in the end. Quite tricky into that braking zone to go for passes. It's not as heavy as it used to be. The corner not quite as slow. Only really one line. But here we go, championship leader Strange looking for a move on AJ Wuhan. Now, as he has a little moment there. The hard tyres struggling to get up warm a little bit. Behind Tope, got past Farrell. Tope can be quite out of position after not able to set a final lap due to his crash into the wall. An excellent Latifi impression, but not exactly what you want from the race. When all said and done, lap 1, still Greaves up front.
Waitsy's in the pits. Looks like he's going to get a front wing change. Yep, that is the case. He'll be hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, well, around a track like this, when accidents happen, they are pretty sizable. Lots and lots of fast straights. And then at close walls as well. What is this? This is a change of... I pressed the wrong button. A change of position. And Strange has got the move done past Jacob. He seems to be struggling a lot on the tyres. Now, what's this? Dylan he's gone around. Somehow I see no front wing damage, but there could be damage else. Where I think Calcoin might have been involved with that one, hard to say for certain. But Dylan drops way down the order. Well, actually not too much lower than where he started. So I think Farrell is up. No, Pan is up 8 positions after not setting a qualifying lap. The top 4 where they started not too much changing further up the order. Put that back onto tyres. It's Greaves' fastest lap. Still early days, but good news for the man in pole if he can build up a bit of distance. He's not going to have the 1 second come that first DRS zone, but actually if Kryko can keep this up, no, because Kryko burning ERS, I think he just about picked up the DRS of Nelu Safu ahead. We will see. No, he didn't. Okay, so the front two starting to pull away a little bit perhaps. See what happens there. Actually third and fourth also pulling away from Tango. In fifth, Tango on those hard tyres. He got that lap 1 overtake. There's a few chopping and changing further down the order. Seems Taupe and Pan respectively coming out on top of those battles. Though from behind, Farrell's going to have another go at Pan, looking to the outside. Hard to make it stick here, but if you can get through early enough, there we go. Farrell up into P11 on those hard compound of tyres.
Yep. Nello right on the back of Hargreaves now. As Hargreaves a little bit wobbly out of that corner, but yeah, he needs to try and build a gap. He's already down to 41% ERS compared to the 66 of the Williams drivers behind, but still got a long way to go in this race.
Yeah, and of course the front four drivers in general are going to feel pretty comfortable. That gap between Carl and Tango after just 3 laps, now 3.5, that is quite a nice gap to have. Tango himself under pressure. I mean, look how close these 4 cars are together. Tango holding off, but Legend, Westy, Strange all fighting away back there. And Tango not really got the pace at the moment on these hard tyres. Legend looking for a move here, pulling to the outside. Westy looking to get past as well. Are we going to see Tango get overtaken by 3 drivers into one corner? Yes, we are. Tango 5th to 8th in the manner in just one straight.
As Hargreaves has now lost the lead as well.
Oh yeah, missed that one.
We're going to have to keep in DRS to try and maybe repass Nelu, but at the moment Nelu leads from Hargreaves from Kryko.
So busy looking at that 4-way battle further down the order. Missed that lead change. It was, ooh, Greaves has a small snap moment there. Does a good job keeping it out of the wall. Actually can minimises how much time he loses extremely well. We will watch these two down the 2 back straights as possible. We'll see another lead change. Kryko and Carl not too far behind either. So possibly able to make an impression on them. But it's in the interest of these drivers not to really fight too much, but just to kind of swap in the DRS zones, pull away from the rest of the pack early days, save the fighting for once they've got a more secure podium. So let's see here, is anything going to happen? Greaves not burning any ERS, closing a little bit, but not all that much. Not enough to go from move into this corner break. He's looking for a bit of a better exit. He's got a better line. I think Nelu went a bit deep, compromised how he's going to do on this rundown. Gap closing, DRS is now open for the AlphaTauri. The Williams holding the inside, Greaves to the outside. Squeezing him a little bit, but Greaves trying to hold it the long way round, not quite keeping his nose in long enough. Nelu well defended of that lead there. These true drivers showing each other very good amount of respect so far. You can see actually on this camera, you can barely see Legend down in P5. Good day for Williams so far though. Don't know how they're doing in the constructors, but 1st and 5th, nothing to scoff at.
No, definitely not, as Pangri has now moved up to P11 from P20th. He's having a pretty solid race so far. Maybe shouldn't have started down that far anyway. He looked like he was quite quick, so maybe he's trying to redeem himself in the race. Yeah,
well of course, qualifying in the end doesn't give you any points. This isn't Monaco. The track position is not the be-all and end-all. It's the Sunday that matters.
I am gonna put that into stewards about the marquee incident.
Yep, go for it. So, are we going to see another lead change now? Depending on the exit of Greaves. Is it good? Gets in the curb a little bit, unsettles. I don't think he's gaining enough time here, actually now losing time. After the unsettling from the curb, he's not willing to burn that ERS. A smart decision. Closing right up to the back, almost into the back of the Williams there. The dirty air affecting him in his front four, still in the group. A 4-second gap between 4th and 5th position. These guys in such good place at the moment. That group further down, actually even closer still. Look at how close this train behind Legend is. Legend, Westy, Strange, Tango, Taupe and AJ Wuhan all right neck and neck. Very, very small gaps, pressuring each other, and all in all just helping the front four drivers keep that bit more distance.
Yep, a lot of battling's happening.
In fact, is that DRS train from 5th all the way down to 15th, I think?
Yeah, I think so. It's a very big DRS train. Choo-choo Legend train, here we go. But as both the Williams are leading quite fairly big trains.
Got a lot of Williams trains going on. Don't think Williams has ever branched out into trains as kind of a side endeavour.
I don't think so.
Taupe looking for the move on Tango. He's certainly considering it. Here we go. Taupe on the outside. Overtakes up ahead. He's boxed in though. He's got nowhere to go. Yeah, Taupe. Ooh. Oh, was that contact from the Alpine of AJ, or was that just getting on the throttle too early? I'm not entirely sure. But losing a few positions there as Tango now trying around the outside of Strange. Now, that is a brave place to try and overtake a man like Strange. And yeah, a little bit of contact there. Tango actually getting a warning for track limits there. I mentioned it wasn't the best idea, it seems. The drivers proving that true. Now, we might be able to get that warning removed, but...
yeah, I don't think Tango had enough grip to try and send it around the outside anyway. It's a very difficult corner to try and send on the around the outside even.
Especially with the tyre compound diff. Ooh! Where is that Aon? Right.
Where's... Oh!
He's backwards. He did not see what caused that. That's a safety car. And Cal Cohen into the pits. Waits. He is absolutely cheering the name of IDS. His race saved.
I think it might have gone a bit wide on the curb. But even so, that's a very weird incident.
Yeah, interesting place to go. But the two McLaren boys who are both further down the order going to be happy about that one. Now, Cal Cohen pitching on for fresh set of hards. I think Waitsy's, yeah, Waitsy pulling it into the pits. Now, how much of the front boys are going to pull into the pits? Mediums, maybe about halfway through their life.
What did I do? I did a hard medium, and I think the mediums lasted a while.
Yeah, but would the hards last to the end from here? Can the drivers afford to risk it who are currently sitting on mediums?
I think they could make them last to the end. They would have to be not too careful, but they would have to be kind of careful, you know?
Yeah, well, we will see. Nelly's the first man who's got to make that decision. Oh, well. Dope. Yeah, Nelu is going for it. Greaves cutting that white line and getting a penalty for it, actually.
Yeah, that's a glitch, but I think that's fairly well deserved. He did cut the pit entry.
So, first man Tango choosing not to pit.
Yeah, them hards will last until at least maybe lap... with the safety car anyway, they will definitely last until like lap 20. So I think anyone that's on hards should stay out, really.
Yeah, and actually only 3 of the drivers on hards are staying out. But I think I agree with you, those of the boys on hards should be staying out on track. A possible mistake for those who aren't doing so. see, yeah, it's airing his frustration. Hasn't said exactly what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
For him. So Tango behind that Aston Martin safety car. No longer are we going to have a Williams train, but a Mercedes one. Let's have a look at the order. So Tango, where is he coming from on the grid? He started P6, I think. Yeah, P6. Now up to the lead. Got 3 seconds of penalties on him after going wide when fighting Strange. Farrell currently on the second. He's up from P10. Hobbsy up from P13. P2 in the championship, looking to make moves, and so far he is doing so. We'll see how this pans out for him come the end. Championship leader down in P10. I said earlier he was not expecting a particularly strong run. Qualified P8, now P10. I suspect it's likely because of when Waitsy will catch up, the safety car will come in at the end of lap 10. We'll only have 2 laps behind the safety car. Unless Waitsy decides to pit again.
I don't think he should. I think he's hoping for a safety car towards the end to maybe pit onto softs. But yeah, if I were him, I would stare, and he has, so no worries.
Yeah, so I suspect that is then the safety car in this lap. 18 drivers remaining. Marky, we missed what happened to him on lap 1. I don't know if you saw anything at all, but a shame for him. And then it's lap 8 in that last sector. Was it lap 8?
No.
Or lap 9? I can't remember.
I think it was lap 8, but I'm not sure what happened with Marky. It definitely looked like his car was moving though after the game said he has retired.
Yeah, but sometimes the car just does that, so hard to know for certain what happened to him. But
anyway,
come on, I got to ask.
It to the stewards. So
yeah. Well, who's your prediction for the win here? Who do you think's got it in the bag? Nelly's net leader at the moment.
Oh.
But is it going to go his way? Is it going to go... There we go. Safety car in this lap.
Oh, it's very hard to call at the moment. Of course, I underestimated how quick the quicker tyre would be, and that's how I lost my win. So, I'd say maybe one of the leaders at the moment, i.e. either Farrell, Hobbsy or Tango, could maybe get this with the fresher tyres. Like mediums, when they finally pit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. What on earth has happened here? Kryko has gone round. You ghosted, just go for a spin. That is a shame for Kryko, but anyway, we need to hop back on board for the restart as Tango. Good getaway there, 3 wide further down the order here. What on earth has happened? Greaves, Westy, Nello. Greaves surrendering the position up, but Nello and Westy still going side by side. Contact, and oh my goodness, there. Lucky that Aston Martin is not in the wall. Westy, his heart rate will be a little bit higher than it was before, but in the end, he has survived. Kryko retiring from the session in the pit lane after what just happened to him. This battle still underway for P4 and incredibly close together at the moment. The drivers all very cramped. Hard to tell from this camera angle, but I think they are 3 wide. In fact, they 4 wide at one point. Here we go. Nelu leading that group. Greaves the next man side by side. I think further down the order. What's happening? Who's where? Legend nudged a little wide by Strange. They're not picking up a penalty for that one just yet. The top 3 drivers have managed to escape this chaos. It's Greaves on the outside of Nelu, and oh, he's just about kept it. You know what? Good job, that man. And now he's got the inside for these two, but then on the outside for the next right-hander. A small moment there, still not giving up. His front wing might want him to, though, if he wants to keep it intact. And in the end, it is Nelu who comes out on top Greaves not getting it through, and actually Nelu right onto the back of Hobbsy again. His boys in the older hard tyres, they had a bit of a gap, that's lost quite quickly, possibly a mistake from Hobbsy there. There's already Nelu looking to go around the outside, it's not going to happen there. We can certainly remind Hobbsy he's there, he's waiting for a small mistake, even just a DRS zone, not going to happen this lap. Yeah, they come back lap 13. There we go, looks to the outside, switches to the inside, and sends it up the inside.
Very nice move from Nelu there.
Yeah.
Hobbsy, really nice defence though into turn 1. Hargreaves is now trying to get past the Ferrari, but Ferrari is
yeah, he's gonna send it.
Us. Hargreaves send it down the inside, he's got the move. Now Westy is currently trying to make the move on Hobbsy. I'm not sure what Krakow has said, but he said something in German directed at Westy, so it might have been an incident between Westy and Krakow.
Go on, I got a 3 in GCSE German, let's see what I can do. Is that German or Dutch? Not sure. Either way, Krakow not too happy. Farrell riding over the curbs there, really unsettling him, and that's a spin of Greaves. I don't know if that was contact or not, but Greaves is round.
I think Westy didn't leave. Well, I know it's a pretty difficult corner to overtake, but still, you should leave room nonetheless.
Yeah, and this chaos still going on, this battle for P3. Farrell leading the group, Hobbsy still hot on his tail. And behind you've got AJ on these fresh mediums. He's been cutting his way through the pack since the safety car restart. He's only going to really have room to get for one car here because he's just boxed in. Not much he can do, can't hold it around the outside. Going for the double cutback, but he gets caught on the inside. That is strange, tapping him on the rear.
Strange.
And I think, honestly, that's on AJ for not knowing Strange was there and turning in on him. I think that's quite hard to blame on Strange, that one.
I don't know. It's very difficult to call, nonetheless.
Is Hobbsy into the back of Farrell, now alongside his teammate of Westy. The Aston Martins, side by side, causing trouble everywhere.
This race is getting a bit, argy-bargy now. There's now Pan's trying to go down the inside of Legend. Has he got the move done? Will Legend try and fight it round the outside? Legend.
Ooh. Pan a small snap there.
Still side to side.
I think Pan's completed the move. Oh, hang on, no, Pan, he's coming back. What's this? Looking to get through, but he's stuck behind, all on the hard tyres. D-Mort's looking for a move. There's fresh mediums against old hards. You'd think it'd be easy, not proven to be so just yet.
I've just had a look at what happened to it. It looks like his tyres have just maybe overheated a little bit and he spun it into the wall.
So just him, no one else.
Oh! As D-Mort catches the curb too much and Hobbsy's been spit out wide. As now Pan is up to 8th, possibly, nope, trying to get the DRS for himself. Down the inside, has he got the move done? Yeah. Yes, he has.
Westy through into P4. Still this chaos from the mid-pack going on further down the order, side by side, the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Board on the side, not knowing which one to show ahead, but it's Dylan with the inside of the Red Bull getting through up into that P9 position.
As Strange, it's now in second as well, just overtaking Tango, and now Carl's past Hobbsy. And Cooler Kicker and Cowcomb.
This D-Mort's having a little look at Farrell. Was on the inside. Farrell defended for the moment with the tyres. It is only a matter of time for the Aston Martin falls. Tango, ooh, in a big moment there is Nelu Safu. A retirement, that's a safety car. How's he gone there?
Oh, what has happened to Nelu?
A few drivers into the pits. Of course, the boys and old hot tyres, they've got to pit here. They've got to stick on a fresh set of mediums. I have no idea what happened to Nelu Safu there. Such a strange place for a driver to crash, especially one. He's usually, I mean, he's incredibly consistent, Nelu, normally. Yeah. I've always considered him one of the fast ones.
very, very weird crash for Nelu there. Man was leading the race, like most of the race. And just is now out.
Yeah.
Very unlucky. As it's and Kryko are speaking to each other in some sort of language. I'm not too sure, might be either German or Dutch.
It's Dutch and Kryko is German, so possibly they're each speaking their own native tongue and understanding the other. Usually how mainland Europe works. So anyway, back to the race. Strange currently holds the lead. Now it's unknown if he's going to pit, as he didn't have time to pit after Nelu crashed. Tango, the net leader, based on the tyres, going to have to work his way through the others. But he's got such an advantage over those on mediums ahead of him, and the hard tyres, I mean, early days, they'll just be faster than them. Come the end of the race, they'll be pretty similar pace.
What happened to Hargreaves? Oh, he had a spin, didn't he?
Yeah. Which, to be fair, gives him a chance to catch up again.
Oh, yeah. As Westy is coming into the pits, and Strange is staying out. He seems happy with the hards at the moment. Carl and Cohen also coming in.
Yeah, so where is Tango going to end up compared to those that are pitting? I think he's ahead of them, right, isn't he?
Yeah, he's ahead of them.
Yeah, so Tango gonna be P5 on fresh tyres. Westy now going under that tunnel. You've got to get at least one shot of it if you're in a race at Abu Dhabi. One of a kind, I think, isn't it? Not aware of any other pit lane exits that are tunnels.
As
and once again, Farrell and Westy
currently coming correct.
The two Aston Martins are side by side.
I've
just read.
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, Nelu said my wheelbase stopped. So basically, yeah, hardware failure.
Might be overheating issue, but
yeah, strange.
Very unlucky for Nelu. Yeah, very, very strange. But
it makes sense though behind the crash.
Yeah, my prediction is correct at the moment, kind of. Where Tango and Farrell have pitted for new, for fresh mediums, and they're still up there.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. So, safety car not going to be coming in this lap. That means lap 17 with the last lap behind safety car. That leaves us 12 laps of racing left. That is plenty of time for the softs to make it to the end. Looking for... Oh no, safety car is in this lap. I was not expecting that, and I don't think Strange was either. That's an extremely late call. I think Strange going a little bit slower than...
I don't think he can go... maybe he can go...
He's only allowed to go so slow by the CRL rules, but I think this is a very weird one. And he has now gone. Hopefully no issues calls for drivers further down, but I imagine Strange not the only one wondering what's happening. There's already Legend looking for a move around the outside of D-Mort's into turn 1. D-Mort's defending on those medium tyres, but Tango is the man I'm interested in on those fresh medium tyres, and look at him hounding the back of that Red Bull, itching to get past as soon as he can, burning the RS already, considers the inside, goes for the outside. He knows he'll have the grip if he's got the space. He isn't going to get cornered in, boxed behind Legend. Dylan on the inside, a bit less traction, and that is Tango up into P4, and already he'll be looking at getting through into P3. Strange with a very good getaway. It's what he needed, but I mean, with the pace these guys and the fresh mediums are going to have, there's only so much he can do. One of two drivers left on the hard tyres. There's battles going on further down the order. The boys and fresh mediums squabbling amongst themselves, and Tango again past another man. But remember, he has his 3-second penalty to contend with.
Yeah, that's very true. The Legend is trying to keep it around the outside, hasn't got enough grip. Farrell up to 4th now as Jacob and George Hargreaves are having a little battle. Same with Pangri and Westy, as Pangri is up to now P7 from last. So he's having a very good recovery drive at the moment, as now he's looking to get past the Red Bull.
Taking a bit of a wide line to get a better exit, and look at how beautifully that has worked for him. Excellent job by the Mercedes. Got the inside line. And actually, you know what? Dylan's holding on. Is he really going to go side by side through here? Are you sure you want to? Yes, he does, apparently. But in the end, losing the position out and behind. Westy looking for the move on Dylan, backing out in the end. But my goodness, what good, clean battling. As yeah, those old tyres, they just don't stand a chance. They should have pitted under the safety car, even if they're losing track position.
Tango. Trying to go down the inside of Strange.
Oh, that's contact.
He's gained... Oh, there's a little bit, but...
Hopefully there's no side pod damage there to Tango. But, yeah, I mean, he's burned through his ERS. An almighty amount. There's just... I mean, Strange isn't going to be able to hold on here. He just simply does not have the tyres. I mean, look at that difference in grip. These two both pushing their tyres to the limit. Incredible racing from these two.
There was a little bit of contact further back. Delano is dropping. I'm not sure if he's got some damage. But just a... Oh, I think he's got damage. Yeah. I think he might have some damage.
Yeah, that is a shame for him. So, another lead attempted. DRS is now enabled. Tango has that to his benefit. Decides not to go for the move into turn 1. Does have Farrell to worry about from behind now. Strange. While it might seem silly fighting Tango too much, the more he can hold Tango, the more Tango's basically got people stuck behind him as well. So the longer he can hold off to each driver behind him, the better position he is across the course of the race. Tango forced the long way around, but the thing is, Tango will have the DRS despite being the man behind. Strange, a little bit exposed, but does have the slipstream here. I don't think Tango really needs to be weaving, given the lack of DRS from behind. If anything, it's just hurting Strange against Farrell, which he kind of wants. I mean, he wants Strange to stay behind him, but to hold up Farrell as long as possible, give him that time to pull away. He's got a 3-second penalty added to his race time at the end, after all.
Something I was amazed by is Tango gained 1.4 seconds in the span of a lap. That's how good the medium tyres are compared to the older, more worn out hards. It's now Westy and Legend side by side. Legends in the wall.
And I see a bit of front wing in the wall also. So that is damage for the Williams car. That's the front right end plate definitely gone for him there.
Yep.
And a very nice camera angle actually. The helicopters was pointing above at that one.
Yeah. As Williams stays just going from bad to worse.
And pan around the outside of D-Morts through turn 1 up into P4 for the man who didn't even set a lap in qualifying.
Yep, as... Oh, I was going to say Tango is out that 1 second gap, but... not... Oh, yeah, Strange has got DRS. But,
yeah, Delano coming into the pit. Is it Dylan or... I don't know. The red... Oh, yeah, we go, retiring. That was what I was expecting to see from him there. Oh, hang on, what's happening here? Running a little bit deep. Goes Tope, a little bit of contact with Cal Cohen. The cars appear to still be in one piece. But crazy battling. Hobbsy joining in as it's Waitsy, it seems. Tope... Hang on, who's losing out here? Cal Cohen's certainly gaining here. Hobbsy on the outside... Can he hold on? Oh, he's trying to, but it'll be better slotting in behind here, getting himself better line, and does now slot into the order. And here we go. McLaren, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo. The 3 teams that had their names on the F1 grid first. I know McLaren wasn't there from day 1, and Aston Martin hasn't been there constantly, but... history behind those names, remarkable. So now Tango, Strange has managed to hold off Farrell, which is excellent news for Tango, because Tango might still win the race despite that 3-second time penalty. Now I've got to keep an eye on that gap. I think this might be the lap that we see Farrell get past Strange. Looking to the inside, barely a defence there from Strange.
There's Carl's up to 5th as well now.
Yeah, oh, hang on. Pan also going for the move on Strange, which almost stops Strange from trying to get past Farrell again. Now, how Pan, man with a plan at the moment, would not surprise me if he ended up winning the race. Few chopping and changing further down. Kakloin on the outside of D-Morts. He's managed to hold off D-Morts on those old tyres. Not pitting, costing him massively now. Greaves from that pole position now down to P13 with a penalty.
As my phone is about to die, so I better turn that off. But it's been a bit argy-bargy at times, but we're getting through it somehow. But the stats said that there was a 90% chance of safety car. Well, that's true. Well, we have had two.
We have.
As Jacob is now up to P11, getting past the McLaren of Waitsy.
Yeah, a bit of a kind of group of cars forming behind D-Morts. D-Morts not having the pace on those tyres, only able to do so much, and as a result, the drivers behind who can't get past quickly. And actually, there's loads of overtakes happening. 2 by 2 by 2, they're going into that corner. Actually, a very opportunistic Ferrari there, the reserve of Cool Killer. Yeah, he's he's just given up the place. He's decided, yeah, okay, I misbehaved.
Tangri right up the rear end of Farrell, but watch out for Carl. As I say that, it goes wide, but still, watch out for Carl. He'll be wanting this podium as well.
Yeah, it's interesting wording there. But the thing is, these two fighting here, at the moment they are technically fighting for the lead with Tango's penalty. But if they fight too much, then Tango's going to have that 3-second gap. At the moment, Tango, not with a massive amount of ERS compared to the other two, but he knows what his job is. He needs to make that gap over 3 seconds. It's doable, especially if these two keep fighting away. I don't know how much Pan cares for kind of helping Mercedes. There's Jacob in the pit further down the order. He'll be going for a fresh set of softs, run at fastest lap.
Yep, but here comes Pan. Got the DRS on the Aston Martin. Will Farrell be fighting this?
Yeah, closing to the inside. And how much is Farrell going to fight? He's gone a little bit deep, but setting himself up for a good exit. But yeah, no, on the throttle too early. Burning ERS though. Farrell wants this back. But behind also Carl really is in the picture now. So Farrell to the outside, Pan on the inside. And I really can't tell who's ahead here. Side by side, Farrell on the outside. He will then have the inside into this next bit. Neither driver ahead. Who is going to come out on top? It is Farrell in the end. Carl not able to take advantage of any of that fighting. Tango certainly glad to see he's got 4 more tenths to work with now. There's a moment there by Pan. Small little twitch. Keeps it under control. Out the wall. Gap between the front two now up to 2.6 seconds. I assume it is just, yeah, it is just 3 seconds penalty. I'm not making stuff up.
Yeah, it's 3 seconds. But Pan not as close as the last time, but Carl is now closer. So let's see what happens down this straight as we're on to lap 24, only 6 more laps to go technically. But let's see, is anyone close enough to make a move? Not at the moment.
I believe so. One thing else, it's Strange doing a remarkable job on those older hard tyres. It's further down the order. Waitsy, D-Morts swapping positions, as did Cool and Greaves. Although Carl actually on Pan, have further up the order, that gap closing down, not near enough to go for any moves. Then we'll hop back on board with this battle further down. P10. Anything to show for it? No, it is just, yeah, those 2 DRS zones where the majority of overtakes happening. 5 more laps after this one.
That gap is staying around 2.5 to 2.6 seconds. Now it's up to 2.7, but then back down.
Yeah, I have
Tango.
noticed Tango is gaining about a tenth through that last corner over Farrell. Most of the rest of the lap they're pretty even as Greaves a pit lane retirement. I think had damage somewhere.
It's very unfortunate. The man who started on pole at the start of this race.
Yeah, shame for him. Yes, yeah, as expected, AJ Buhan picking up that fastest lap.
No one is close to make a move.
Pan right on the tail though of Farrell, keeping the pressure up, keeping Farrell going defensive, and now that gap for the first time is over 3 seconds. Tango now knows the victory possible for him, but here we go, Pan going for it round the outside. Farrell though defending, refusing to give up that place. Now I think Pan is the faster on pace of these two drivers, but not by a whole lot. So struggling to get through.
But yeah, Farrell's got the fresher tyres, but you just can't.
Well, you say fresher tyres. I mean, it's did they pit the first lap of the safety car or the second lap of the safety car? Slightly fresher rubber, side by side there. Hobbsy and Tope down the main straight. Tope on the inside, Hobbsy on the outside. The two Italian teams fighting away, and it is Tope comes out on top. These two, remember, tied for points in the championship, both on 112 points. Strange, the only driver ahead of these two, on 134, and actually ahead of them on the road at the moment. It's Tope looking to the inside of Westy, and that looks pretty convincing. So Pan looking for a move.
Only a tenth, wow, and he's blasted past Farrell.
Yeah, easily done there. Look at that, flying through. Now I think Pan is going to ruin Tango's day here. I think we're going to see that gap start to come down a little bit. 3 laps more after this. I may be mistaken, and it's possible actually that Pan is willing to play the team game, go a little bit slow through this last sector. But now that gap, we're already up to half a second.
Yeah, Pan just quicker driver. Very, very quick on them mediums. But now Strange coming back into play. He's only 3 tenths behind Carl.
Yeah, I mean, he's lasted the mediums while they were at their prime, and now the mediums kind of starting to fall off a little bit. Those hards, while I can say not quite as fast yet, Strange is as fast. So he's kind of just able to hold position, maybe even go for a move towards the end. 3 more laps, 3 more shots at this DRS zone, and you know what, that gap has opened up between the top two even further still. Tango lurking strong. I can't honestly remember if he's had a win yet this season. I think he has had 1 win this season.
I'm not too sure. I can't remember.
There's Cal Cohen looking for something on the Strange around the outside. We saw someone else try that earlier. It didn't look so good for them. And again, Strange successfully defending inside. Cal Cohen forced to slot in behind. Strange, a very good on-track fighter. He pushes his opponents right to the edge, gives them enough so as to not get penalised, but no more at all. Very, very strong on-track presence, and of course, while not everyone's going to know where everyone is in the championship, you always know who that person is up top. They know Strange is the man leading the championship. They know he's that little bit more wanting of those points. 2 laps left to go. Can Strange hold on? Can Tango keep that gap up? No more safety cars going to be kicking in from here.
Yep.
There's a little bit of contact actually. Carl and Strange. Strange so much quicker through that corner. compromises his exit though, and now Carl Cohen will be making himself known. I think that'll be fairly easily through. You got the inside line there. Got it complete. There's a little bit of contact between the McLaren and the Red Bull. And actually the McLaren having a moment, but Strange got nowhere to go. But Tope does have somewhere to go, and Tope 7th through to 5th. Strange will be annoyed at that one as the two have taken a swap. Farrell and Pan swap positions yet again. Strange in fight once again, the inside line, Hobbsy on the outside, and yeah, again, another driver tries it around the outside of Strange in that corner. Another driver does not get through. This man really knows how to defend some parts of this track. His tyres now 19 laps old. Him and D-Mort's the oldest on the grid. Honestly, somewhat surprised D-Mort's isn't got a puncture just yet.
I'm gonna check something very quickly. Let's see.
So here we go, on to the last lap. With a quick look at Tango, 4.4 seconds. He's got so much room left as he goes 2/10 green for the first sector somehow. Still faster, yet this fight for P2 still going on. Pan wanting to get past Farrell. Farrell wanting to bring home points. Excuse me, Pan to the inside, and that should be a fairly secure way through. The DRS detection zone though not kicking in yet. Carl just behind, as is Tope. Look how close all these drivers are. Carl, a small moment on exit. You really don't know who's going to get it here. Driver's going to be very opportunistic into this next corner. Will Farrell go for a move? He's being forced round the outside. He's going to go for it, but no, having to cut back in the end. Can he make Pan go deep? Not going to happen. Mercedes hugging the inside, actually forcing Farrell to lift. Farrell trying to send it, not happening in the end. Can Carl take advantage of that? No, because Farrell's positioned his car too well. I think Pan home safe in second, but here we go. Our race winner. He had a 3-second penalty, but he built that gap as Carl Cohen goes round further round. But Tango coming home to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And Mercedes 1-2. Been a few years since you've heard that. Then Farrell, Tope, Carl, Strange, Hobbsy, Westy, Waitsy coming home P9, but penalty makes him further down. It's D-Mort's Cool get 9 and 10. Cal Cohen in the end P12, the last point. And then AJ Wuhan, man, who I believe is fastest lap. Yep.
Wow.
Although it would not surprise me if Legend is about to completely steal that from him. As I just saw that Legend was 9/10 green and he's 4/10 off the fastest lap. We know Legend a mighty fast driver. But congratulations to the Mercedes boys, and especially to Tango for an awesome drive. It's Legend in the end. I think he did pick up the fastest lap. Yep, he did. And there we go. The game giving Pan driver of the day from P20 to P2. Nearly made it the last to first challenge, but about as good as you can get without doing so. And my goodness, what an end to that race. So many battles going on. You never knew who was going to win with that penalty that Tango had. He played that beautifully. Strange doing well on his old hards. Did struggle a little bit there. Got caught up. Not remembering which car that was. But here we go. The two Mercedes on the top step.
Alright. I will invite these two because, yep, Tango is wanting in and Farrell is also wanting in. Pan has to go, unfortunately.
Nice. Okay, yes, we'll have a chat with a couple of our drivers, the P1 and the P3. Tango, gonna be a happy boy after that one.
Yep. Let's have a look. I'm trying to find them at the moment. I should have them as a friend.
I'm hoping it actually shows me the final order at the end. It doesn't seem to want to do so just yet. please, game. Okay, well, the Codemasters does not seem to like me, which isn't anything new, so I'll have to go back and find the final order, see what went on that race. It's actually Farrell joining us, so hello, hello.
What's up?
Actually, Tango here as well. Good, good. Just check you boys both have mic sharing on.
Oh, I'm checking it.
Tango, can you hear me? Can't yet hear Tango. I don't know if I'm muted, do I somehow? No.
Still loading in. Oh,
Ah.
there he is.
Hello Tango, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Nice. First off, congratulations on that win. Not sure if you were expecting it, kind of given that penalty with the safety car restart, but yeah, talk me through how you were feeling that last stint.
That's probably the best thing I've ever done on it. I think I only made one mistake, and that was into the last corner, and then I thought, oh, is this where it's going to start? But it seemed to be the pace was just there. I don't know where it came from against people like Farrell and Pan, because I mean in other races they've had me on toast round other tracks, but I thought this was going to be a good track from, but I don't think it's going to be this good.
Yeah. Is this your first win of the season or your second one?
Second, I believe I got one on penalties round Japan.
Oh yeah, that was it. You joining Strange as the only drivers with 2 wins this season. Not sure what that does for you championship wise. I think you jumped legend, but certainly congratulations on that, Farrell. The battle with Pan towards the end looked very, very intense. How did you find it?
Yeah. I thought I had him, and like I even let him have the DRS in the first one, and then I was like, it's grand, I'm getting back on the second one. And he just went so deep on the long left, and I was like, no. And
Yeah.
yeah, so he just like pushed me there. He didn't do anything wrong, but it was just annoying. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was annoying because I kept like seeing the gap to Tango, and it was around 2 seconds, and I was doing around the same time as him the whole time. And
Yeah.
then Hang started going in, and then I saw it was going up and up and up. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So I lost the win out on that, like.
Yeah, doing the work for his teammate. So I don't know if you got any more warnings after you picked up that penalty with the battle with Strange, but I saw Strange kind of lead you wide. The exit, is it turn 8? Whichever one it is at the end of the second DRS zone, Tango. Where you picked up that penalty.
Yeah. It was a bit of one where I'm on the hards and it's really hopeful. So, I mean, it was my own fault for getting the penalty. Yeah, it might be the kind of like case that you would appeal it if you were kind of really angry over it, but I shouldn't have been there, so I'm not really angry or bothered about it.
And you got the win in the end anyway, so not much to complain about. And yeah, a 1-2, so a good day at the job for Mercedes. I can't say I've had a good look at the constructors. Where are Mercedes sitting in that? P9. Wait, am I looking at the right one? No, that's the old one. P7. Okay, well, you've helped your team an awful lot there, but I think a good race by you in the end. What are we thinking for next round? What track is it next?
Miami.
I thought it was
Silverstone.
Yeah,
Silverstone. Not so good round there as compared to here, but we'll see what we can do. I seem to be much better on races in this game, so see what qualifying does and then just try and work on that from the race.
Yeah, where did you come from on the grid?
Round here I think it was P6.
Alright, so yeah, not too far down, certainly not the same lengths your teammate went to. Farrell, how about yourself? Where did you qualify?
I think I was down in 10th because I made a mess of my last lap. But I could have been a bit up there. But then I had a messy first few laps, and I think I was down in 14th. So when the safety car came out and I was on hard, so I was like, I'll just stay out and hope for the best. And then me and Tango stayed out, and then the next safety car came out, and it was perfect.
Yeah. And then Farrell, I've got to ask you, how are you at Silverstone?
I haven't really played it. I'll do my usual and play it about half an hour before the race starts, and we'll see what's like then.
yeah. Um,
And my prediction was right.
yeah.
What was
I
the
said
prediction?
well, I seen you guys were on the older hards on the first safety car. You guys didn't pit at all. I think it was you, Tango, and I think it was Hobbsy as well.
Yeah, Hobbs.
Hobbsy got a bit unfortunate, but he still finished in the points. And then I was saying like, oh, when you guys pit up to the mediums, you guys will be like up there still, like first, second, third. So my prediction was right.
Right. Any more comments from you two, or is that just celebrate your podium, Tango? Celebrate that win and that amazing final stint.
Yeah, that's as much as I can do. To be fair, I didn't even practice for this race, if I'm honest. Apart from about half an hour, an hour on time trial, and then some short qualies. I didn't do any race practice, so I'm actually really surprised about this.
Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes you're having a good day. I think I will then end the stream there. So thank you guys for watching. Next week is Silverstone, always a good track. Actually, I went to Silverstone 3 or 4 weeks ago. Not to watch F1, obviously, as it wasn't then the Silverstone Classic. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.